What's up, Stupid Nation? Welcome to the vid, and as you know, we talk about all things stupid, and the hemorrhaging has begun. CNN makes it official. They are going to be letting go a ton of people, well over 100 people, and you know what? You did it to yourself. They have been gaslighting and lying to the public for years, and generally just, they patronize people, the words that they use.
It's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter.
Just in general, the entire entity is completely insufferable and makes me absolutely nauseous.
Poor Bill Travis knew it. He was covered.
But getting ahead of the curve here, Axios releases Chris Wallace leaving CNN after 3 years. See, CNN is getting rid of all the top earners, the people they're paying the most money to, and they brought Chris Wallace in to head CNN Plus, and that thing went straight in the toilet, and he was livid when they shut that thing down. But now he says he's getting out there into the world of podcasting and alternative broadcast media. I mean, tell me you're fired and you don't have a job without telling me you're fired and you don't have a job. You were probably the first person they axed, and they're giving you some time to come out and do some damage control before they release the list of everybody that's gone.
You're fired.
But mainstream media, broadcast media, they know this medium is not getting to the people. This is not the way to deliver your message. If you're going to try and gaslight and manipulate everybody, you might as well do it on the medium that everybody's watching. And that is YouTube. That is listening to podcasts. And like I said earlier, they did it to themselves. I mean, when Trump got in, they spent 4 years, Russia, all this nonsense, gaslighting people, lying to people, breaking that trust. That's when people started thinking, this doesn't smell right. Something's wrong with the way you're presenting news to me and the things you're saying to me. And then COVID hit, and everybody was at home. We're all watching YouTube. We're all listening to podcasts. It's all accessible when we want, how we want. We get to do our own research, and we've got all this time on our hands, and we're already all scared. You've been fear-mongering the hell out of us that we're all gonna die, so you're research.
Candidate.
So basically, if you weren't on YouTube, you were probably on medical websites being a hypochondriac and checking out all the stuff that might kill you besides COVID, completely fear-mongered and gaslit into a catatonic state, or you're on all of the streaming sites ingesting all of your favorite content, or the god-awful content that so many of these companies gave us. Mickey, you let us down, Mickey.
Not too cool, Mickey.
But let's not get into that, or I'm going to start crying. Because guess what? The future is now. It's the Chris Wallace podcast. I know me and the boys are going to come back after a hard night of drinking. Hey, what do you want to do? You want to play some Call of Duty? Nah, man. Let's chill out and listen to some Chris Wallace. You know what I'm saying?
How am I supposed to be myself when you count my known sayings all the time? You know what I'm saying?
These people are their own worst enemy. They made Joe Rogan and Tim Pool the biggest names in media out there. Long form, casual content available whenever you want, and it's honest. So I fully support this because MSNBC is just a basket full of nut jobs, and they need to clean house there because they have way too many employees. You ever see a panel on MSNBC? It's like 13 people all chattering and saying the same goddamn garbage and nonsense. The bottom line is there is a monumental shakeup coming in legacy media.
What happened here?
But let's check out what these guys have to say about CNN lining up the firing squad.
You've always been sort of the leading edge of where media is going with Politico, now with Axios. You understand the environment so well. How do Democrats, and frankly, how does legacy media need to change the way it thinks about getting information? I mean, a lot of the voters who went out and voted for Donald Trump, that so many people are wondering what happened here, they're not watching, frankly, this show. They're not reading the New York Times. They're not consuming media that way. And the Trump campaign found those voters where they live. So how do Democrats need to change the way they communicate to voters, if you think that's part of the problem?
For sure. I mean, I think all of us have to come to grips with legacy media is just not as important as it thinks it is. It is to you, it is to me. That's a relatively small group of people who rely on us for their information. And you have to go into the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. And basically, the way people get information has shattered into 20, 30 different pieces. And so if you just look empirically at the numbers, Joe Rogan's more important than any of us. He just has a much bigger, hyper-connected audience that listens to his every word. So maybe listen to Joe Rogan and kind of understand, like, what is he talking about? What are the guests that he has on? What are the issues that they care about? Realize that the gravity of right-wing discourse is now taking place on X. It's not Fox. X is what matters.
Wow. X is what matters. They said it. They're saying it on mainstream media now. This is Elon. This is the guy that they completely vilify 100%. And now they're saying that X is where you go for information. I know I go there for a lot of information. I go to YouTube for information. It's cathartic to hear that. I'm feeling good. Let's play the Trump clip about winning. Winning!
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
Oh, yes. Love that clip. Let's check out Benny Johnson talking about this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the winning continues.
And the winning does continue. Hey, guys, please, if you like what you're seeing here, like, subscribe, give us a comment or an emoji. Let's get the algorithm going and get monetized. And if you're not following Benny Johnson, go follow him on YouTube. He's amazing. And if somebody put the screws to me and made me make a decision, I would tell you that we will probably see Benny Johnson in public office sometime in the future. Or at least I hope so. But let's see what Benny has to say about all this.
Winning continues as MSNBC may be sold at auction, as all of their shows crater an average of 50% in viewership. On election night, 25% of the cable network's usual viewers chose not to watch, instead turning to creators like us. Fake News Inferno, MSNBC viewership is gone, and Comcast looking for a potential sale of the company. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's heading up to Capitol Hill for the first time to level a beatdown on Republicans who won't get in line. Kash Patel is being floated for CIA director. Elon Musk is endorsing that.
Wow, Kash Patel gonna be in the inner circle. That's good to hear, man.
According to explosive report from Puck News, network executives will unleash sweeping layoffs in a bid to save the network's failing reputation. This comes after the departure of Chris Wallace, who was fired yesterday. He says he's leaving. No, he was fired. His ass was fired. And amid reports, senior stars like Wolf Blitzer and Jake Tapper have been denied raises. There's no mention of who may be on the shopping block. The highest paid stars include Anderson Cooper, who makes $20 million a year. Really? Okay. Then the Anderson Cooper. So why? What does he do? And by the way, he's already a Vanderbilt, so he's already got money. So he should do the job for free.
Wow, there you go. Hundreds of firings. You know, I think we might be getting more left-wing voices in these spheres, in the podcasts and on YouTube. I mean, what else are these people going to do? If they've all lost their jobs, they're all going to hop on the tube, baby.
We had a show in cable news, right? We quit in order to do this. I made a bet here, and I think that bet is paid off.
Benny Johnson making the smart move. And hey, guys, make the smart move. Go follow Benny Johnson. And please follow us, subscribe to us, give us your support. If you've made it this far in the video, then obviously you are doing that. Thank you. I value you, and I much appreciate it. We'll see you next time.